Good afternoon. It is September 19th, 2022, and mostly we had just had a range day today. Perhaps the breakout was, towards the end, was a measured move of the midline, and that's what it looks like it was. That happens a lot, you'll see. So, uh, something to keep in mind. But let's take a look at this. So, in the overnight, we trended down. I probably have it drawn something like this. Excuse me. All right. So when we get a break and a move to a new low, it wasn't too surprising. A bit after 5:30, it looks like, when we got this pretty nice reversal pattern. We get this new low and we get a first entry, failed second entry, and we just had confirmation of this short-term trend channel. So I like how that's set up. We come up here. You get a failure, but it sets up on the wrong side of the EMA. And even though this was a channel, it just it came up short of these highs. It felt kind of like a sideways channel. I only like this entry because after this leg up, it felt like we were due to get another leg up, and that's pretty much what happened. I think it was pretty close to a measured move. Yeah, you can see that very, very close to a measured move. So this failure you can't take. Nothing in here. Here, let me delete this to get some lines out of the way. You see we get this short-term channel up. We get a leg into this congestion. It's just way too sideways, and then it just shoots up. You get a breakout pullback, but it's just the first entry, and then we're far from the EMA. We get some congestion here, but you do get a second entry long, and it does look like a two-legged pullback. So I think this is a good one, and it's also looks like it tested this price level. Like, I guess you'd have to argue for that to be a double test, but maybe, yeah, if you pull it right here, goes higher, comes down, forms that price level, tests it once, tests it twice. So if you see all that, it's off the trend line, it's a second entry long, take that. And you get a higher low right there, but that's going into the highs. Come up here, first entry, failed second entry long. I marked this red, but this is one in real time I'd probably have trouble pulling the trigger on. But it is off the trend line. You can know that this is a trend line from these lows. But this doji, it's two dojis in a row. There's a doji right here. It's probably better to mark this green. I'm going to just leave it how it is, though. You get this slight overshoot, and you get the second entry short, but this is a lot of overlap right here, and it's far from the EMA, and this has stem on both sides, so you got to sit that out. And then we're just chopping on both sides of the EMA. We get this strong leg up, but it fails, comes down here. And was this confirmation? Yeah, okay, so then we get confirmation of this larger channel. No way to get in on that bounce, though. Come up here, we break a little higher than this price level here, and then we sell off a little bit, and then we bounce near the EMA. Just not a whole lot of trades in here, guys, for real. This is far from the EMA. This is going into the highs. Congestion above the overnight highs. Fails. This failure sets up above the EMA. New high right here, but no failure set up. This is just a higher low. I don't think you want to take that. And then we're just ranging, and it's completely sideways here. So you have a second entry long right here. But again, you're going into these highs. We're not clearly in an uptrend, and you probably just have your channel drawn like that. So you have an overshoot leads to a break. It's just not clear what's happening. We try and go higher again, and it fails, and you get this first failed second entry long, but look how much overlap that is. That's a bunch of inside bars. And it's not the greatest signal bar. So it's just unfortunate. You don't get much opportunity. And then we form this pink range down here. And we're not sure that it's a range yet. So you can't really take this lower high. And yeah, we're just chopping around. I don't see anything in here. This is like too congestive to call this a failure. Come down here and we bounce. Failure's not in a good spot, really. I mean, it is off the trend line, but you probably would have gotten stopped out. 88.50 to, oh, okay, so that would have gotten you a scalp. I mean, that's aggressive, though. I don't like failures that are that far from the EMA. But then if you're patient, you get a second entry long with room to this high to scalp out. So I'd probably just be going for 4 ticks there. Eventually you would have gotten a 2-point move, though. It's a move to a new high. This kind of looks like the second entry long. We just saw one that was it didn't work out right here. It kind of looks like that, but this is at the overnight high. So here we have a bounce off the midline. So it's a little bit different context, and then we're just ranging, really. There's this downward channel, but wasn't too convincing. So you do get a second entry short off of that, but you're going into the EMA. Then we bounce, and you get a second entry short here that confirms this channel, but it's not a good signal bar. So I would say if you get a good signal bar there, take it. You get this lower high, so you might consider that. But this is just, it looks like a range. We're chopping around. You get this first entry, second entry, so you might take that, but it's just so congestive. Here's a trap here for people taking failures, but it's just a range, and you should be looking to go high. To long, I mean. So they trapped all those people, and it just rockets up, and you get this failure right here, but it's too far from the EMA for me. It's like a breakout pullback off that midline. Range here, breaks out, fails, and we come up here and we form this range. And you get a first entry, failed second entry, but you're going into highs. Form this range here, fails out the high side, comes down, and this is a first entry, failed second entry long. I marked it red, but in real time I probably would be hesitant to take this. It just looks like a failure in congestion. But I don't know, maybe if I saw it break higher and then go low, maybe you take that on a limit order. And then we have a two-legged pullback, but that's right at 12.59. So that's really all I see, and just not a great day. Not a lot of great opportunities today. So hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.